walking in a dress. I want to start off, friends, Roman and countrymen, let me hear, I can't compare to Caesar, not to really sin. The evil that men do lives after them, the good is often deterred with the wrongs. I wanted to share that portion of William Shakespeare's famous works for a couple of reasons. First, I am hopeful that this item may still stumble upon tonight's recording. For 37 years ago, while attending Lincoln High School, I had to memorize a number of those lines for that soliloquy. Apparently, only the teacher can initiate grade change after 10 days. So I'm forever hopeful that she'll be able to do that grade change for me. The second reason is that I challenge the class to continue the good works they have done and do not let those works fade. I'd just like to present a couple of those good works along the way. There's many ones that I could have 30 stories up here. But just to save some time, I'm just going to go over a few things that just left that good mark and goodwill upon the students. Our very own Mason Wolverton, a couple years ago, leading the Gerald T. Lawn Chair Brigade. George Taylor, a talented artist, who helped, along with other students, work and create the glass mosaic that is hung in the entryway of our school. Classmen assisted while in remote activities, engaging students along with Chloe, decorated many signs for the holidays for the Eielson that decorated the school. Jesse Albert, also leading by example to help engage students while we worked at school and serving on one of the school board committees for curriculum. I know there are many more, but what I'd really like to do is just briefly mention the loss of a good one. This past year, on January 24th, 2021, Mario Gatto, who served in this district for 14 years as administrator, 10 of which he was the principal of Eielson Senior High School, passed away from COVID. This year's seniors were enrolled as 7th graders for his last year that he was at Eielson. He left to be the principal later, and they went on to Vegas. Always a supporter of Eielson students, sports enthusiasts, and there'd be no prouder principal than what he sees as the good and great things that Eielson students did, or the student athletes accomplished. I challenge you to carry that banner of Eielson pride like Mario did. Now I'd like to introduce the Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools with the Bennington Scarborough School District, Ms. Kathleen LeBlanc.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Thank you so much. I realize that most of you don't know me personally, and I don't know you personally, but I am proud of the class of 2021. I have been an educator in this district for about 20 years. In fact, I had a daughter in my 4th grade class that took sick, and recently was on a meeting with her as she's a teacher at another school, and I was like, oh my goodness, how did she get so accomplished and yet I stayed all the same. So, anyway, congratulations to the class of 2021. I also have teenagers at home who have been facing this year, doing hybrid classes and Zoom classes and learning online and learning in school. And I know the challenges that every student and every family has faced this year. And I am so proud of the accomplishments that every one of you have done. If you're walking across this stage today, you have accomplished something quite momentous. I could go on with a few more congratulations, but I don't think anybody would find that memorable. So, because we're in Alaska, I'm going to tell a brief Alaska story. It's a true story. I was a few years ago in the visiting my father in Southeast Alaska. He had a new boat, and I took my children. They were a little bit younger, so we all went out on the boat together. And it was the kind of boat you can stay overnight on, so we were staying in these little inlets. And at first, my kids, after like 3 days on board this boat, said, please go to shore. They wanted to go to shore so bad. So we rode in a little dinghy. My husband and my kids and my mom and I rode ashore. But before we went to shore, my dad said, I don't know if this is a good place to go. I think I've seen bears here before. Be very careful. We didn't have a weapon with us or anything, but we had some beer spray. We had to be careful. We really wanted to go to shore. We got to shore, we explored the shore, we climbed trees, we went all over the place. And then we were starting to probably be about done. And at that moment, some rocks slid out of the forest on the edge of the beach. And it was a calm day, nothing. So why would rocks slide out of the forest like that? So my husband immediately got into action because he was going to go tackle the bear head on. And I grabbed the kids and I thought, should I push my mom? I decided not to. But I did think about, like, can we, like, will we be safe in the dinghy? Should we all go to the dinghy? Will we dig there fast enough? I was like, I love you, sweetie, thank you. And anyway, we got to the dinghy, we rowed back to the boat. We never saw a bear while we were on the beach. About 5 minutes after making it back to the boat, a bear did come out onto the beach. And it was a big bear. And I thought about that. I thought, should we have not gone to the beach? Should we have stayed on the boat? And I thought, no, we should have gone to the beach every single time. There's always going to be a bear. There's always going to be something out there that you have to take a risk and you have to think, is it a bear? Is it a germ? Is it a hill that I have to climb? Is it a test that I have to take? There's always a challenge, there's always something that we have to be afraid of, but we can be prepared, we can be smart, and we can be courageous. And that is what you have shown this year, accomplishing what you have in a year like nobody else has. So, like your motto says, we came, we conquered, we survived. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Wilhelm. It's now an honor for me to introduce the 2021 Eielson Junior Senior High School valedictorian, Mason Wolverton. I'd like to also recognize his parents who are in the audience, Brenda and James Wolverton. Growing up in Salt, Alaska, he attended Salt Elementary School, Eielson Junior High, and it is now the class of 21 valedictorian for Eielson High School. Please welcome Mason Wolverton.
So, yeah, here we are. I want to start by saying good evening to everybody here, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. Just a little bit of a friend deliberation for you. To start this off, I want to establish that while I am not the funniest nor emotionally deepest graduate here, I am still, in spite of this, honored to be able to stand here today, beyond honored. I'm not going to try preaching about some deep lesson or inspiration for the future because that's where they'll put all of us to sleep, myself included. I would just like to thank everyone who allowed us to be successful as graduates and maybe try to impart a bit of an idea that has come to me over this past year. So I want to thank all of you first, all of you, for being here today in the strange new world of the pandemic that shall not be named. What a wild past year this has been, huh? It's certainly not how I expected my senior year of high school to go. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels that way, yeah? And then, well, being honest though, until this year, I never thought I was going to be a senior. Sure, it was there, it was just in the distance though. I kind of always pictured myself remaining in the middle of my high school years with a nice lower level of responsibility and a higher level of freedom. And then, boom, here we are, all of us. And I know everybody's sick of hearing about the pandemic, but I'm not going to talk too much about it. Just wanted to let you know, it's shown me some things I'd like to share with you all tonight. First, it showed me just how amazing all of our teachers are. Thank you to all of you for putting up with all the awkward silence in the Google Meets this past year when no student is willing to turn on their cameras and they prefer to use the chat, which sometimes you can't see. Mr. Walker. And also for teaching a computer screen that's just got widely different profile pictures and sometimes it's hard to tell who's who. Thank you for sticking with us through all this, even as the switch to online and then these mixed learning in the past little bit has made your job a lot more challenging. Your sacrifices, which all of us students were less than likely to observe in years past, we were too busy stressing about another end-of-book essay or the amount of homework we have piling up. These sacrifices are evident more so this year than any other. Thank you. I want to say thank you to all the staff who facilitated our school events and made everything run smoothly, and we had to go into overdrive to get school in any semblance of working order this year. And finally, most definitely not least, thank you to all our families who've driven us to all these events, paid for all the materials we need, paid for all the food we need, supported us in all our years, not just school, but life. I want to thank my mom and dad specifically for pushing me to be more independent and less afraid of becoming an adult, as well as being my support when I fail. You guys have always been here for me. I would not be the graduate young man, technically an adult, without your guidance and love. Thank you. You don't know how much it means to me. And then I also want to thank all of us graduates here, all of us. We as a class have often helped each other out in assignments or shared in each other's misery and panic while being swamped with Mr. Walker's rhetorical analyses and trying to stay on top of all our math homework and everything else on top of that. So, the main takeaway from this is, really, it's been the relationships we've built with each other here that matter more than anything. Because over this past year, it's been made abundantly clear to me that no individual is a fortress. In this day and age where face-to-face interactions are hampered and relationships and connections are more and more difficult to maintain, it's easy to lose touch with a semblance of normality or any connection to others. Days blend together, and then, bam, you don't know if it's Monday or Thursday. We're also not quite sure if that matters. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but my point is relationships with people matter. They are anchors for you. All of my best memories of high school come from my times and experiences with friends. And I'm sure everybody else here, all the other graduates, can relate to that. So as we move forward, keep in mind the relationships you have grown and cherish them, as well as any you develop in the future. No one person needs to stand alone, and in fact, they shouldn't. It has been said that someone's true value can be seen by the quality of friends they have, and I know everyone here has many friends, and their quality is very deep. And at the very least, you have me. So as you move into your future and move away from here, try to keep a good group of people around you and you will find success. So yeah, I don't really have much more other than a quote from one of my favorite works of high literature. The road goes ever on, down from the door where it began. And how far ahead the road is gone, and I must follow if I can. Bilbo Baggins. Our road is now just beginning from this door, this graduation. The road extends out into the future, whatever paths that may take, and whatever detours lie along the way. Let us follow them and explore what new things life can throw at us, eh? Thank you all.
Thank you, Mason. As a token of our appreciation, I'd like to present you with a token of appreciation, which is a new candle.
Wow.
It's now my privilege to introduce the 2021 senior class speakers, Jesse Thalberg and Tabitha Lowry. Jesse attended Anderson Elementary, Crawford Elementary, and Van Alstyne Junior and Senior High School. Tabitha attended Salt Elementary, Van Alstyne Junior High, Van Alstyne Senior High, and then dual enrolled in this year in the North Star College. Please welcome Jesse and Tabitha.
Hello everyone, my name is Jesse Dolber. I'm the Student Body President here at Eielson. It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, and faculty to graduation day here. Every one of you have made an impact on the graduates who sit here today. Both I and the Senior Class President, Tabitha, are going to speak about our time at Van Alstyne Junior Senior High School. While thinking about what made my time at Eielson so enjoyable, I began to wonder how Eielson creates such a unique experience for a high school student. The answer to this question was completely obvious to me. The teachers. Everyone should know that the academic quality our teachers provide is starkly impressive in its own right, but not exactly what sets the staff apart. The true characteristic of what makes Eielson so unique is the personality of the staff. I felt here that I'm not getting lectured or talked down to by any teacher, but being respected as an individual. As a result of this, every student at Eielson has benefited of learning with a community that feels undivided. There's an uncommon bond here between students and teachers that is absent at other schools I've seen. It's cliche to refer to a school as a family, yet the word cannot be more applicable than here. We have spent the last 4 years of our lives growing and learning together. No one can leave Eielson without a certain sentimentality because of our attachment to the staff and fellow classmates. Yet now, that is what we are expected to do, to move forward to the next stage of our lives. We can only reflect on our high school experiences now, no longer being able to create them. I think of the small moments that seemed unimportant to me then, they mean the world to me now. Whether it's being forced to sing Forever Jocka 1,000 times in Miss Joy's French class, or trying to analyze what I thought was meaningless poetry in Mr. Walker's English. The mundane and grueling past seemed like torture during sophomore year, but now I would do nearly anything to go back to it. If only I knew then how much I would miss it. I feel like having a neat, satisfying ending to high school was ripped away from us. Yet, despite the pains of the past year and the nostalgia I feel now, overwhelmingly I feel prepared. That is the true beauty of Eielson. No other school could vastly prepare students for the challenges of the real world. Yet, we were constantly reminded. Even when there wasn't a global pandemic causing mass chaos, everything at Eielson is steadily pushing me out the door. This comes back to the staff of the school. Even if this wasn't intentional, the fact that the students were treated like adults at Eielson has made me comfortable in my future. I know that college will be quite different from high school. It would be crazy for me to say that I'm not scared, because I am. But through the school, I was encouraged to meet this pure reasoning. I truly believe that no other school could have possibly prepared me more for my future in academic and in the adult world. For that, I cannot be more grateful for my experience here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. That was great. I have to agree that as a community, it's an incredibly close-knit community. The attention and care of the staff at Eielson has been incredible, and I will never be able to fully express my gratitude. Although I'd like to turn my attention to my fellow graduates. Some of you I've known since I was 5 years old, when I brought my stuffed animals to school with me every day. Some of you I met in middle school, when I thought that Lincoln Park was the peak of modern music, and some of you I met over Zoom the past year and a half. Wherever you fit into that timeline, I want you to know how lucky I feel to have grown up beside you, surrounded by some of the most kind-hearted, comical, intelligent, accepting people I've met in my life. Being a teenager is tough, but not once did I feel alone at Eielson thanks to you all. I know I'm not always the best at showing it, but I love you guys. I know that you will all continue to grow and do fantastic things, and that it's time for us to move on to this next step of our lives, but that doesn't make the goodbyes any easier. Every act of kindness, every word of affirmation, every joke told, I held on to. I will cherish these memories for the rest of my life, as I hope you all will too. I hope the world treats you as kindly as you've treated me the past few years, and that you find happiness in the small moments that I have. Thank you all for everything you've done for me. It means the world to have you here by my side. Thank you.
Well done, thank you very much. Next, the class of 21 has selected their commencement speaker as our counselor, Ms. Tracy Dunn. Ms. Dunn was started at Eielson this year as our high school counselor, but is not new to the helping Eielson community. Prior to coming on board, she served as one of the military family advocacy counselors, or MFLACs, for Eielson Air Force Base. Please welcome the commencement speaker, Ms. Tracy Dunn.
Good evening, graduates, family members, and distinguished guests. I am honored and humbled to have been asked to come speak to you on this first of what I am sure will be many future milestones in your lives. 29 years ago, that seems like forever ago, I too sat at my high school graduation, excited, nervous, and to be honest, a little scared of the journey I was about to embark on. I chose to leave home and venture out on my own and start a career that would span 20 years in the Air Force. I had no idea what road lay ahead, what challenges I would face, what success I would enjoy, and most important, how I would bounce back when things did not go as I planned. Believe me when I say there were many times in the last 29 years that things did not go as I planned them. Not getting promoted when I really studied my butt off, not passing the national exam I needed to finish graduate school, and not getting hired for jobs that I knew I was qualified for after retiring from the military. Over the past 4 years of your high school career, I'm sure you can attest that life happens. Things don't always go as you planned. Some of you may have been tested or pushed to what seemed like your limit. Some of you may have strolled through high school and are eagerly awaiting life's next challenge. Eventually, you will be tested, and how you rise up to face those challenges ahead is what builds character, knowledge, and resiliency. In the words of J.K. Rowling, it is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. You see, failure is only negative when we let it define us. Failing at something, if used properly, results in growth. The good news is that people are not going to focus on whether or not you failed. They will focus on how you responded during that time. If you picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, and continued to move forward and try harder. Do not be so cautious that you do not live and fail by default. Know going forward into life that you will have successes and you will also face times of adversity. Somewhere along your path, you will encounter difficult times. And when you do, use it, learn from it, and move forward with a revised or new plan. Life is too short to live it cautiously. Live your life to the fullest and accept your challenges head on. Difficult times have taught me things that I could not have learned any other way. I learned that I was stronger than I thought I was in any given moment. I had more resilience than I thought I could ever have. And in those moments of failure, I learned I was more determined than ever. Graduates, as you embark on this new path, embrace life when it happens. Use it to learn about yourself and to propel you to new heights. You will never truly know yourself until you have been tested by adversity and failure. Consider this knowledge a true gift and the best one that you can give yourself. I applaud each and every one of you. I hope as you go forward, you are challenged to be the best you that you can be, and that you live your life to the fullest. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon. In your program is a listing of scholarships and awards. Due to the printing deadline, the list does not reflect all that's been awarded. I'd like to recognize just a couple from the list. One of them is the NIMSY STEM Star Award, the National Math and Science Initiative. As Ben Eielson is a member of this 2-year grant, we have students that are excelling in the area of math and science, participated in rigorous courses, as well as have taken the College Board AP exams. This year's recipients for the NIMSY STEM Star Award were Austin Yates, Justin Galvin, and Corey Taylor. One other award that I'd like to just mention, and I'm glad that it really reflects on the parents that have stepped up, stepped in, and carried just the energy and wanting to give back to the students. And that is the PTSO scholarship. It had a few years that it wasn't given out, but this year, under the guidance of Ms. Roxanne Matthews, our president for EDSO, really brought that back. And this year's recipient of the winner of that award is Kristen Wolf. At this time, just because of the deadline of printing, I'd like to ask any senior that received or is receiving a scholarship or award to please stand. We definitely would like to have been able to figure out the dollar amount that our students, small and mighty, proud of, were able to bring home. It truly is a unique school, a sense of community, and definitely proud of all of the seniors. And it's a reflection of the families. At this time, we're standing between what we really came here for, and that's to start the awarding of diplomas. But first, I have to have a little bit of business, which means we have the formality to recognize and to accept this class. Representatives of the school board, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests, as the principal of Eielson Junior Senior High School, I hereby certify that all students before you, as well as those listed in the commencement program, have met the requirements as established by the Fairbanks North Carolina Rural School District. Fairbanks North Carolina Rural School District Board Member Matthew Sampson, would you please accept this class?
Okay, administrators of Eielson Senior High School, teachers, staff, seems like you just read this on me. Administrators of Eielson Senior High School, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests, as a representative of the Fairbanks North Star Rural Board of Education, I acknowledge and accept the students before us have completed their graduation requirements as set forth by the Fairbanks North Star Rural School District and the state of Alaska. On behalf of the Board of Education and the school district administration, I congratulate you on your accomplishments. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Sampson. Marshall, please stand. A reminder to family and guests, we're about ready to call the names and have the diplomas as they come across the stage. Students will be called, walk across the stage. They will pause for a picture just in front of the podium. And due to COVID, we can fist bump, but we're not going to shake hands. They will continue across the stage, pause for another photo in front of the banner just down the bottom steps. Due to time and space, please save your gifts and flowers until after the ceremony. We have two photographers, and we will have links to that as well. But you are welcome to come down when it's your son or daughter's time to come across the stage. I'd like to welcome Dr. April Scott to the podium, who will read the names.
Mason E. Wolverton. Mason would like to thank his mom and dad for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include attending college at UAF, pursuing a degree in accounting, and eventually becoming an English teacher in high school after a career. Jesse J. Goldberg. Jesse would like to thank his parents, teachers, and siblings for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include going to Penn State with the intended major of finance. Gabriella Elise Baker. Gabriella would like to thank herself and her family for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include being successful in life. Reagan Elizabeth Elaine Boucher. Reagan would like to thank her parents for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include attending Iowa State University on a C. Carter. Graduating this year. His future plans include enlisting in the Air Force. Eielson. Special thanks to our teachers, Mr. and Mrs. Walker, Ms. Service, Ms. Templeton, and Mr. Hawkins for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include going to college, having a career, and a family of her own. Joshua M. Douglas. Joshua would like to thank his mom and dad for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include going to UAS to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering. Alexis Marie Irvin. Specializing in pediatrics. Ellie Brader Garza. Ellie would like to thank her mom, dad, and stepdad for all helping her in different ways and being her biggest supporters in helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include attending UAF to be a medical assistant. Brayden H. Roru. Brayden would like to thank his parents and all his coaches that he has had for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include playing baseball in college and a major in something in college. Caleb James Gum. United States Marine. However, his family said they're sure he would like to thank his parents, coaches, and teammates for supporting and fueling his drive to achieving his goals and to help him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans are being realized as he enlisted as a United States Marine who graduates from boot camp on July 2nd, 2021. Strawberry cheesecake and crepes for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include becoming a master contractor and seeing every country in the world before starting a homestead. Kristen Ray Holtzler. Kristen would like to thank her parents, Lauren and Chris Holtzler, her best friend Jacob Armstrong, and her teachers both at Eielson and UAS for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include attending the University of Oklahoma, where she will major in political science and attend law schools. Boomers! For helping her succeed in graduating this year. They pushed her throughout her entire high school career, but they pushed her harder this year than ever before. She says she would fail without them. Her future plans include how she would love to work in the orthodontist office. If this doesn't work out, she plans to become a dental assistant and might go to dental school in the future to become a dental hygienist. She also hopes to get married and have a family one day. She would like to thank all the teachers she had in the 4 years. They helped her push through learning, even at times when she did not feel like learning or doing the work. Her future plans include attending the University of Alaska next fall to pursue a degree in marine science. She hopes to get a job out here so she can enjoy the beautiful life Alaska has always given her. Adam K. Jockish. Adam would like to thank his best friend, his coaches, and his family for pushing him this year to continue and helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include leaving for Benedictine College down in Kansas City to continue his wrestling and educational career. Michael Cars. Alpha L. Lowry. Sexual mother for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include attending UAF in the fall. Her major is currently undecided. James Wyatt Carson. Aaron Aaron Gabriel LeBlanc. Natalie P. Luttrell. Natalie would like to thank her parents and teachers mostly for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include possibly attending a vet school or something in art. Joseph Lee Manning. Joseph would like to thank his mom for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include attending the Air Force basic training late this summer. R. Marvel. John, I would like to thank his parents and everyone that helped him throughout the years for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include attending an electrical academy for entry to electrician and later applying for an apprenticeship program. Hunter Thomas Martison. Hunter would like to thank his mom, dad, April Worthington, and all his teachers through the years here at Eielson for helping him succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include a career in forensic psychology. Will Andrew McManus. Zatavia Nicole McReynolds. Zatavia would like to thank Mrs. Lindy and Mrs. Simon, but mostly she wants to thank her boyfriend Curtis for helping her succeed in graduating this year. These are the three people that kept me going when I wanted to give up. Her future plans include her starting to work on opening her nail business. Gavin A. Moore. Sean David Myers. Graduating this year with constant encouragement. His future plans include attending UAF next year. Mackenzie N. Paul. Anthony James Perkins. Family and teachers for helping us succeed in graduating this year. His future plans include attending college in Ireland. Kayla Bates Tate. Kayla would like to thank the parents and all the teachers she had this year for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include going to college, work on getting an anthropology degree, and become a museum curator. Adrian Cole Way. Austin Gabriel Yates. His future plans include flying Air Force. Valeria Shakespeare Zamora Martinez. Mr. Walker, her parents, her siblings, and her community at her church for helping her succeed in graduating this year. Her future plans include attending UAF, majoring in film and performing arts, and pursuing a career in musical theater.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. Before we close, by having the graduates remove the tassels, I want to give some recognition to some of the following people. Of course, our distinguished guests up here. We have Colonel Williamson. Kate LeBlanc. Thanks. Thank you to the Eielson JOTC Color Guard and their instructors, Major Richard Young and Sergeant Catherine Manning. Thank you to Ms. Wendy Clark and Tracy Lyman. Thank you both for your efforts this year as our senior class sponsors and academic counselor. This year has been a tough one, and with your assistance, the students were able to succeed. Thank you very much. PTSO president, along with parents and volunteers, are providing a gift like these graduates on the way out. Thank you are Kurt Jones, representative, who came out both our rehearsal and our graduation night to help us with our caps and gowns. Thank you. Thank you to Ms. Justice Soleil, who is our recording expert tonight, and our event will upload onto our webpage ASAP. Last but not least, I would like to give recognition to Mr. Ted Lowry. Please stand. Thank you for the title of Parent Run Grad Bash, opening and assisting the logistics of use of this building, and collaborating with the many parents who helped along the way. Thank you all, parents. Graduates will walk through the middle aisles when we're finished here. But I'd like to thank the guests for being part of our ceremony. And then I'd ask the audience to please wait until the graduates have left the theater before joining them. Once again, I'd like to ask Mason Wolverton to come forward for the conclusion of this year's ceremony. As Mason will direct to move the students to the back.
Other way. Wait, right to left.
Marshals, if you will wait until our guests on stage are able to enter the stage, then the graduates will follow outside. Out in the foyer, we have their real diplomas that are stuck with their names. These ones are empty up here. But also, there's awards and certificates in there, and also the gift we make from PTSO. Thank you everyone for coming out this evening.